Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Just Everyday Things channel. As we got Tavon here, coming from the outskirts of Maryland.
And Dominic
And
from South Carolina.
on
Getting
the
closer and closer. They're
outskirts
getting closer and closer every time. You're going to slip up one day. It's going to slip up one day.
Yeah, so I was looking actually at the distance between the houses from where I'm at to you. I was like, I was literally on the outskirts of South Carolina. I was
Right
looking
on that cusp.
right on the outskirts. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. We got another show for you this week. So we got a lot of technical issues solved in the last one. If you missed that 2-part special from last week, you had 2.0 and 2.1, where we covered a few topics. We went over Super Bowl and the bonus one was
Some of the good commercials too.
yeah. Had some good conversation about the commercials, which is what everybody really talks about during the Super Bowl anyway.
Right.
So most people don't care who's there, not unless it's your hometown.
Right, exactly right. They just watch it just so they can get pizza and wings and go over for somebody's house or something. But yeah, like I said,
That's it.
not unless it's your hometown. Like I said, well, you're supporting the team. I can't say your hometown because.
Yeah, Denver Broncos.
Yeah. So maybe next year, bro. Like you say,
Yeah. Well, by de facto, we gotta win it because Von Miller went to L.A.
Yeah,
he was on the Chargers, so
he gets a ring immediately. Like,
yeah. So I was like, that's Denver's ring.
Yeah, exactly right.
But yeah, so we got we got a little special episode. We're gonna talk about some things like on this channel. We don't just talk about tech stuff. We also talk about things that we just like to have conversations about. But one thing I was going to bring up, and which we could jump right into the special part of the episode is, like, I know you do this, and I do it also. We do a lot of shopping online, and either whether it's via Instacart or Uber Eats or Walmart or the grocery store pickups where you can drive up and park and pick up an item or pick your items up. That's what. So Target is actually going to test out return during the same sort of process. So touchless return. So you can actually drive to the parking spot and actually initiate a return of an item to the store. And this is something else that actually I left out of the story because I knew you would probably like it. They also have Starbucks pickups as well from the curbside. They're swinging for the fences on this one. So they're going to please a lot of people because some people you get kind of intimidated when you have to go into the Starbucks and you got to tell them exactly what you want. But if you can do it through the app,
caramel macchiato, 4 shots of espresso, and 3 shots of vanilla bean or something crazy. Some people get embarrassed, and some people actually have it nailed, bro. Like some people, they have it nailed. But like you said, sometimes it does get intimidating. Plus, you don't want to go spit your order out, and then the people behind you looking at you like, "Oh my god, like for real? Like you that serious with your coffee?" Like,
because you're trying to remember everything. Right. Like I'm not a nervous person. Like when they came up with the app, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Especially for the little hacks that I was finding for Starbucks orders.
I was gonna say, I always appreciate you because you always had them good hacks. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, they make that. He was like, yo, I got the snickerdoodle. I'm like, how you get a snickerdoodle? Like, I go to Starbucks all the time, and I don't know anything about a snickerdoodle. What's the secret menu? No. Yeah,
man. Yeah. So this is. I think this would be good. Actually, I haven't been to Starbucks as much as I have in the past. Just because the lines are just.
Yeah,
they're just off the hook, man. The lines are sometimes going into the street.
Yeah.
Depending on where the Starbucks is located, and I just don't have the time to sit there and wait on a major road to try to get into the parking lot.
Yeah, Starbucks and Chick-fil-A seem to run the longest lines ever, and I swear they got the worst design of their parking lots. I mean that's another topic. I didn't mean to get you off, but I feel like they do it on purpose just to see, I don't know. Maybe it could be a marketing thing, right? Because it's if you see something, if you see a line always extremely long, and you're like, yo, they must got good something over there because that line is always long.
That's
Either
true.
that or they just got horrible service. So like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to roll the dice with
No,
that one though.
no, that's definitely true. Because now, have you being down south, have you noticed any
No,
differences in the Chick-fil-A
no,
parking lot? It's the same
no.
down there too. Oh,
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
same
So
thing, bro. Like I said,
so there's a
yeah,
mastermind.
exactly. Yeah, it's like, and it's always a tight parking spot, bro. I mean, like the tight like parking lot, like drive-through and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm with you on it. Sometimes it's actually more beneficial to actually park your car and walk in because like no everybody's like doing drive-throughs. You know what I mean? But the problem
Yeah,
that is what I'm saying is the parking lot is because sometimes if you don't back into your parking spot, where you're actually pulling out of your parking spot or backing out of your parking spot, you're gonna back into the people that's in the drive-through line. Like you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just a horrible design, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that they need to do it. I don't have a solution for them to be more efficient. I don't care. I'm a consumer, so
yeah,
I can't actually voice my opinion on it. Um,
yeah,
I did
yeah.
have something though, what you were talking about, as far as the Target thing, because this was literally the other day, man. It's amazing that you pulled that up because I literally just pulled up. I just went and purchased some things from Target and went and picked it up from the thing, and that was surprisingly very, very efficient. Like it was awesome. The app, using the app, it was like, yo, you know, put in your parking spot. So I pulled up right in, and literally
Uh-huh.
the guy he already had my stuff out there, which is awesome. They have this like huge tent. I think they actually, if you say
Oh
that you're
wow.
on your way, they'll start pre-pulling the stuff, and this way you ain't got to wait like you know like 5-10 minutes for
Yeah,
somebody to go in and then come out. And yeah, it was efficient. It was definitely efficient. As a person that you know, since you have kids, you know what I mean. You got to use any resources you have available. Like you know, when you go to Home Depot, I use the pickup. I don't really suggest theirs. It's not bad, but like you know, the one that I actually went to, it's easier for me to just go inside and actually just pick up the
yeah.
item. So, um,
Huh, that's actually interesting. I never, I've seen the lots at
mhm.
the lanes at Home Depot, but I've never seen anybody in them at like where I live. I've never seen anybody actually using it, but I like that might actually come in handy in some cases. You got some big items,
Yeah, right. No, just
just
have
like
them bring that to the car, bro. Like, have them
yeah.
bring that to the car.
I think I'm gonna have to try that out one
Yeah,
day.
definitely try that one out. That one wasn't bad, you know, especially if you're getting like you know mulch or something. It's almost mulching season, so you know you got to get mulch and yeah, exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I ain't mean to
yeah.
bring that up. I seen your face on that. That was like, that was
Yeah, yeah. It's been in my mind, but then also at the same time, it's like, oh, I got time.
right.
But yeah, but
Thank you.
it's just like, but like they like how what they say on Game of Thrones, winter is coming, spring
Yeah,
is
spring
coming.
is
So
coming, bro. It's coming.
and it's right there around the corner. So yeah, no, you're right. It's time to start thinking about getting those projects out the way. My back just started hurting instantly.
Yeah, you
As
just
soon
feel
as
that
you said it,
spasm, like ah.
yeah, it did. It's like. Yeah, man. But yes. Oh, good.
No, I would say you have anything else? You know, because that's something I wanted to bring up.
That's it.
So.
Oh, good. No. You go ahead. You go ahead.
So little birdie told me that you finally finished that Power series. You know, the Book of Tyreek. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So, you know, I
yeah,
wanted to hear your
yeah,
opinion on that, brother. You know what I mean. I was waiting, man. You know, I've been done a little minute
yeah.
ago, but I couldn't wait because I know you've been boycotting Tyreek for a little bit for that one. Not in a bad situation, you know what I mean. But just like
Yeah,
I want to see what your thoughts are now that the season you finished up the season.
yeah. So I will say that, like you know my so my take for Tyreek for the whole Power series, and then his show when like his first season, I was like it was like oh his acting chops wasn't up to everybody else that was on screen with him
Mm-hmm.
at least on the Power series when he was a smaller kid. Uh, but his book was a Ghost, the Book of Ghosts.
Yeah,
I think is what
something
that was
like that.
called.
Yeah, I just watch it on Sundays.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. So the Power, it's what they call it, the Power Universe. I think is what they
what they
call
gonna
it.
call it? It's like a Marvel universe.
Oh no, they're like yeah. That's what I think they're doing. Like a whole, everybody's trying to do this whole universe. They Marvel just like like just create a whole niche now. Everybody's getting in on it.
Right.
But yeah, but I will say his acting was much better. This and within this season, I'm like I don't know who he got as acting coach, but whoever they did, I mean, that's money well spent or time well spent because like he actually made me care about his character more and actually made me like want to see him actually in better situation than we saw like his dad Ghost and like like in previous episodes like you want to you like before it's like oh just hurry up and get rid of this kid like let's move on to somebody else but now I'm really interested in how in the long run how he'll turn out especially given the circumstances. And just so the audience knows, if you watch Power, there will be spoilers in here.
Okay.
So it's been it ended how many weeks ago now? What? Probably
I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm usually just watching it on demand, so it's like I'm not, you know, like, you know, watching it live. You know, that you know, that take, but you know.
Yeah. So if you haven't had a chance to finish it out, okay, so go ahead. You can pause this, but then, you know, go finish out the season. Then go ahead and hit unpause and come back.
Just make sure you come back. Just make sure you come back.
Just come back and hit the like button. Just like this, so that we told you that
actually hit the like button before you leave, like before you pause. Like,
there you go. That's right, and you only have to do it on your way out.
Yeah, right.
You
save yourself, but you're gonna like it anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, no, but I enjoyed the season. I think that the storyline it was started off really strong. In the middle, it kind of got a little muddied, I would say, with some of the scenarios, the way how they played out.
Okay,
you know,
like how you played that one.
But yeah, like I mean, like I really enjoyed the way how they took his character and even the friends around him, because like now we're getting to watch. It's like it's kind of like you like if you're familiar with the original Power series, like, you know, Tommy's character and like, you know, like his friend
Braden.
Was it Braden?
Yeah.
Braden. You know, like, you know, he's not a Tommy character, but you can see where it's something might change in him at some point.
Yeah. You can see it development.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think it was. I think they did a really good connection with keeping Tate, which is Lorenz Tate's character, involved in the story, and also setting him up for his show that's coming out later in the year.
Which you just informed me on. I didn't even know that was happening, but yeah, the Book of Tate. So the original,
Book of Tate, because you know, because you had Tariq, Book of Ghost, and you had was it Raising Cain?
Raising Kanan. Raising
Kanan. Yeah. And then you have Tommy, who's actually, his book is going on now.
Right.
And then Tate. But just before this, we were kind of talking about it, and I was saying, if anybody who doesn't have a book, I think deserves a book from the series right now, would probably be Method Man, because his character was by far one of the best characters to watch on screen, and to just watching him move and, like, you know, how he handled certain situations was just it kept me coming back. And just like you, I'm just leave it there for now. I'll let you go.
No. I totally agree with you, man. Like, Method Man definitely, you know, I mean, for him to play such a serious role as a lawyer in here, he does it really well. Like, surprisingly, you know what I mean? Like, this dude came a long way from How High. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you remember the movie How High? It's just like, you know, his acting is definitely developed. I really was not expecting that from Method Man. I'm like, yo, they got Method Man to play a lawyer? Like, how is this going to turn out?
Yeah.
But like you said, man, like, Method Man definitely deserves a book. If they don't actually, you know, no spoilers, but if they don't actually uncover what's happening between him and his brother in jail. Like, you know what I mean? Which leads you into another topic. I don't know how you feel about that one.
Yeah. That's
like with the red man type thing. Like, I don't.
Yes. Yeah. And so speaking of, you know, so for the audience, if you don't know, Red Man is in the show as well for a few episodes. That's what I wasn't sure. Like, I hadn't heard anything about Red Man, like, being sick or anything like that. But I don't know. It just seemed like he might not been his full self in there. Because he was never like a huge guy, but in this one you can definitely tell. You know, it seemed like he was a little bit more. He lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because, like you said, I don't know if he's if he's legitimately sick, or he's, you know, maybe a lifestyle change, right? I mean, maybe he's like, oh, I'm just straight vegan now, or I'm only eating, like, you know, vegetarian or vegan or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, but like I said, we definitely, me and you discussed that. He was like, yeah, it's something's going on with Method. I mean, you know, and if anybody knows, please leave that in the comments, or like you said, maybe it's you know, somebody. I'm sorry, not Method Man, Red Man. But yeah, like, you know, like, let us know, man, because, you know, so we hoping the best for him, and is hoping like nothing, you know, like, you know, he's sick in any type of manner. But yeah, you know, like, it was definitely something that
Yeah.
popped up, and it also could just be older age too, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, none of us are all spring chickens anymore, but yeah, those guys, they've definitely been out for a while. They were in their
Yeah.
20s when I was listening to Wu-Tang. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So like you know about like mid '90s,
yeah,
like you know
right.
like these guys were out and we were like you know like I was in high school then
Yeah,
when
exactly, right.
when all of them were
Yeah,
out. So and they were older than us at that time. So,
exactly. Yeah, sure.
but yeah. Hopefully Redman is doing good and you know he'll be in future episodes. But yeah, I'm really I really like actually how this show has given like hip hop. Just like how you said, like all the people that are in there, like Mary J, you got Math, you got Redman, like you know, just giving kind of like kudos or like you know like props to like you know like old school hip hop artists and stuff like that, and actually giving them another stage to showcase their talents, you
Right.
know, other than just rapping or singing. Even though whenever I saw Mary J and Method in the same scene, like you know, like all I could hear was "You're All I Need,"
Yeah, right.
playing in my mind.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was the best. That was the best collab in like the early '90s, bro. That was awesome, man. I'm not gonna say it's the
Yeah,
best.
I
I
mean,
mean, because that's very controversial. But yeah, like you know what I
yeah.
mean. Like yeah, it was a good collab in the early '90s. I remember that one. So
Yeah, no, it was really good. Even by today's standards, like you know,
yeah,
like
it's
you don't
still
have like a lot of artists even doing collabs like that just to put music out.
yeah, they
It's,
doesn't exist no more, man. They don't make timeless music anymore, man. But you know, not saying it doesn't, but you know, it's very few artists that's out there that do make timeless
yeah,
music. You know, so. I got an up and
yeah,
coming one that you know I can't wait
yeah,
for him to release his album, but yeah, you know, you guys
yeah,
be on the lookout for a young man named DARKO, man. He's going to change the world. I'm
yeah,
telling you, he's going to change the
yeah,
world. So, but
yeah. Actually, you know what? His last video that came out, you know, I will drop it in the comments so everybody can go to his page and check that out too.
yeah,
So,
it's
you
fire.
know,
So
yeah, I heard it was like 1 a.m. I was like, oh, it's like it actually made me
make you,
wake
I'm gonna
up.
say make you wake
like,
up
you know.
early. Make you wake up early.
But yeah, it's definitely nice to see like you know like people being able to get in those lanes and showcase their talents. Was one of the other things that had me interested about the show was or that piqued my interest was the way how it kind of ended. So at the end, you know, like I won't give out full spoilers, but somebody is lost during the episode, or like you know, like they didn't make it through through the end, and I'm wondering what kind of impact that will have on Tariq's character, like you know,
Right.
like from this point going forward, because it's almost as if it's almost like how kind of like Ghost would have, like you know, like certain loose ends where he had to tie up
Mm-hmm.
and like you know, like throughout his show, but you know, Ghost would definitely tie his stuff up by time the end of a season,
Exactly.
and in this case, Tariq, he knows kind of like what happened,
right.
or you know, and so I'm interested to see how he's going to move because during this season, his acting got better, but he did not have the the sneaking gene, I would say that Ghost had.
Yeah.
Because Ghost, you know, Ghost
Ghost
just
self-
literally just
yeah.
yeah. So you know, like Tyreek just followed somebody to a building and like you know get hemmed up.
Yeah, exactly right. Ghost was
So
put
he
on
had to work on
you
that.
knew it was going to go down when Ghost put on the OJ gloves and he put the silencer on. Every time he put the OJ
Yeah.
gloves and the silencer on, it's a wrap, shorty. Like somebody's gone. You're not coming back next episode. Like,
Yeah, he had that and then like a designer hoodie.
yeah,
You know,
right.
whatever.
Yeah. Tyreek just going there, just all willy nilly, just like, oh.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
and
up
get
with
hemmed up. So I'm hoping he takes some stealth ninja classes during the next season, so that way he can go ahead and because he knows what he has to do.
Right.
Next I'm pretty sure like you know like next season.
Next
and
season,
stuff, so.
right. Let me ask you something though, man. Like, you know, like one thing I do respect about the show is, you know, sometimes you can try to avoid being a person that you dislike so much in life, and you wind up still having traits and still doing certain certain things like that anyway, right? You know what I mean? Like it made it
Yeah.
seem more realistic. What I'm saying is like, you know, much as he hates ghosts, you're wind up turning into him. Like you're turning into this guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can sit here and blame and say in your circumstances like, oh, you know, he won't release the trust fund that he has signed up to me until I finish college and all this other type of stuff. But these are all choices that you're making and you're following down the same
Exactly.
footsteps as what you did, the person that you hate. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to touch on it. I
Yeah.
wanted to see what your opinion
Yeah.
was
No.
on, like, on how you think the show's storyline, how the writing is, and how that actually portrays to real life situations or things you might have, like, like it's appeared in life with you, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How is that similar to your life aspect
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah. I would say like one of the things that actually uh, kind of like piqued my interest or was more more of like wow, like like this guy thought about that far in advance. Like was when he got the letter in jail.
Yeah.
So when he got the letter, I'm not I won't say anything about that, but what he had set up and like well one would just with the letter by itself was like like always you already have that with the lawyer and like and they give it to you, but the stuff that he had set up outside of that with certain things like like with the sister and like all that stuff that kind of happened there.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, I'm like, that's somebody who like I'm not even sure what kind of game of chess that is that Ghost initially started playing.
He was
think
advanced.
about that far in
He
advance.
was advanced, bro.
Yeah.
He was advanced, bro. Like, yeah. He thought of everything, and like you said, man, he thought so far ahead that he always tied up loose ends, and he never really panicked. He was a problem solver, like Ghost, and so. And I'm not saying Tyreek is not developing into that, but you definitely could see, like, they have writing that, if they follow down this path, it's going to be a really good storyline because he's going to, hopefully he developed those traits as well, the same as his dad. And much as, like you said, even the letter when he wrote, like you said, no spoiler alert, when he wrote to his mom, it's like, I need power. Like, I need power.
Exactly.
Once I get more power, then, I'll come, like, I'm going to come after you guys. Like, you know what I mean? So we'll leave that there because I don't want to give up too much.
but yeah, no, but like I'm thinking like, like equating that to real life is, it's kind of like what we do on a regular, on a regular basis where we're trying to just figure out what our next step is going to be when it comes to, all right, within 5 years from now, financially, we want to be at this place,
right?
Or financially, I want to be able to have a certain amount of debt wiped off and be able to, travel or just go buy whatever, vehicle, or if it's another piece of property or land or something like that. That's the mindset that I think that they trying to kind of like say in the show, like, like this is the mindset that this one individual had, but as a collective, we all should have a similar kind of mindset. Whether it's just for if it's like whatever that means to an end game is, like like that's what we need to actually kind of have a playbook set up and at least have a point, not necessarily not even knowing how you're going to get to that point, but just have the point in mind to be able to get to that place on the board. And once you have that point, then after that you can start to break down, okay, in order for me to get here, I'm going to have to not eat out as much, or I'm going to have to cut back on this type of items from the grocery store, or buying these particular kinds of shoes or clothes or something like that. It's just something that I think fundamentally it's a good lesson to actually take away from to me from the overall show. Right. Like like we always said, like like Ghost's character always like he tied up loose ends and he thought further out than most people did. But to do what he did in this at this point, like like I'm not even sure when you would think or suspect your own flesh and blood is going to take you out or something like that.
Exactly.
And then you have all these checks in place to say if they get to this point, hand this to them. And if I'm not here, hand this to that person. So it's like it's just amazing to just be able to have that kind of foresight.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy and very, 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 very well stated, bro. Like that was awesome. That was awesome. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you, man. I agree with you. I did have something on a brighter note. You know what I mean? Because it's right around the corner. So March 20th, the first Grand Prix is going to be at Bahrain. For Formula One. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, again, This is going to be a different type of season. This is a brand new spec car out for everybody that doesn't know. Like, you know, every couple of years, the Formula One actually kind of changes their car, their development, you know, make it faster, more aerodynamic, set up new regulations and stuff like that. This is going to be an interesting season, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. So, like I said, put that on your calendar. March 20th is the first Grand Prix. It's 11 a.m. It's going to be in Bahrain. And I'm just excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be. I'm curious to see how Hamilton's gonna go, and you know he's coming back strong, and he's saying that I'm letting you guys know that I'm coming for blood this year. Like, I want my 8th title. It was stripped from me last year, you know, controversially. Like, you know what I mean? But he's not holding anything against obviously the Red Bull team or Max Verstappen and per se. You know what I mean? He's just upset, and he's hunting this year. So it's definitely going to be a must watch this season. More F1 news that we need to talk about is, you know, not that we get into politics and world news and stuff like that. So, you know, this issue that's going on in Russia, you know what I mean? With the war and stuff like that, we have a lot of some people that's going to pull out of even attempting to race in Russia. So that race actually takes place in September 25th. So it's a ways down the line, but you know, we got 2 people confirmed already. You got the actual championship winner last year, Max Verstappen. He said he's not going to race.
Oh, Verstappen?
He said he's not going to race there. You know, he doesn't suggest it. And what's the name? Sebastian Vettel. He's another individual that's he races for Alpine now, but Alpine is what they call it. And I think so, it's Alpine. I might be wrong on that. You know. Anyway, he races because he just changed to that team last year. And he basically said that he's not racing. So we'll have to see, you know, which makes sense, you know, like if it's so, you know, if it's dangerous, I wouldn't want to, you know, people don't want to put themselves in risk, you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly. And they have a lot of people that are part of their I guess like kind of like entourage or camp for that travel along with them. Like I like, you know, like they have hundreds of people with them. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to be part of any, like, you know, what's kind of happening now over there and have something happen to a member of your team
exactly
while you're there.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so,
right.
So, but
people are human, man. Like I think that we, you know, I think that we as individuals sometimes we look at, you know, these superstars, you know, or, you know, just stars in general, celebrities and all sort, these entertainers, and we don't have respect for them and what they actually do. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just like, you know, that they're taking time out of their lives, out of their family lives to travel and go in there for our entertainment. And like, I feel like we just, you know, we go too hard on these individuals saying that they're not good or they can do better and stuff like that. But if you put us in that situation, and you put us behind a wheel going to 100 and 200 miles an hour and trying to take
while you're laying down.
Yeah, while you're laying down, and you try to literally take a corner at like 45 degrees or something like that, and the G-force will literally just shift your organs inside your body to the opposite side. I don't think we could do it. Yeah. So, it's actually Aston Martin, man. Sorry, I said Alpine, but that's a different team.
He went to Aston Martin.
So it is Aston Martin. Yeah, they got renamed, rebranded last year from.
Okay. So Alpine went. They're now Aston Martin.
No. It was actually another team. It was they were actually out. It was called Race Force.
Okay.
And there was another one that they got renamed to last year, the year before, and then they just went to Aston Martin. It was a pink team that was on the grid, and I just cannot just slip in my mind. It was the only pink car that was on there.
I know exactly. Yeah, I can't think of it now, but I know exactly who you're talking about. If anybody in the audience watches F1, you know who the pink car is. Go ahead and drop the name below.
I can't remember, man.
No, that wasn't it. It wasn't Race Point. It was because that's the one that they always crashed.
No. That was Haas. Haas was always crashed.
That's Haas. Okay.
So
Haas,
Race Point. It was Force India. That's what it was. So it was Race
Force
Point.
India. Yes.
So Force India came out like 2 years ago, or maybe 3. And then they got rebranded to Race Point because of some issues with Force India. The owner of Force India was doing some illegal stuff. I think it was like Sanjay Singh or something like that. And basically, and then they got they got renamed to Race Point, and then they were brought out by Lance Stroll's father, and they got rebranded again to Aston Martin last year, which is so it's no more pink team on the grid. So
that's what I remember them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah, man. I do apologize for what you experienced last season, man. That definitely was not supposed to go that way, and it was very hurtful to watch and actually, something that I've been trying to push, and other friends of ours have been trying to push for years for us to watch, and it was your first year experiencing that, and then you see that, it just almost was unfair to you, and I feel bad for it. So.
It just made me even stronger now to actually go out. Like, I've been looking for Mercedes gear to, Puma Mercedes gear to wear just to support them, because that was definitely a robbery. I'm sure that will be the kind of like the shadow of this entire season for the entire industry right now, because everyone is going to even up until everyone's gonna pay attention to it, and people are like how we are. It's still being talked about to this day, and so like I can't wait to see what Hamilton does on the track this year, because
it was a season cliffhanger, bro. It was a season cliffhanger, like it was like if you saw like I said, Tyreek or any type of season like a TV show or something. That's how you leave a cliffhanger, but this was real life. You can't do people like that. You cannot do people like that. That is crazy. Man. That's all I had, man. That was the news I had to bring up. I wanted to bring that up. It was like definitely to get people on the radar, because season's coming. So it's definitely
yes.
Definitely.
So you'll probably be hearing us talking a lot more about F1 throughout for the next few months. It'll be brought up, and maybe we'll have some special episodes in there as well, where we can just have one episode just dedicated to maybe we could do something like maybe after every 2 races or something like that. We could have a dedicated show for just F1 to cover like the last 2, like the most recent races or something like that. And
I'm game.
And see, So it's definitely always a pleasure bringing news and also just our perspective on TV shows and F1 to you guys. Thank you for all the support that you've been giving us over the past few weeks.
I appreciate you guys.
We're going to continue pumping out content.
All right, brother.
Yeah. All right, brother Dom. Thank you again, man. And again, everyone, go ahead and please like and subscribe, and definitely show us some love in the comment section down below. If you have anything that you think that we missed or that you want us to touch on some more, go ahead and let us know. Let's get a conversation going.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too, brother.
Catch you later.
All right, later.
All right. Peace.